So this is a short explanation of a new function which has been added to the platform, which is called map indicator turns, and it will help to make it more easily to see turns based on your research on the chart. So what this function will do is, let's say for example here we have an example chart with a one minute bars running here. You have your indicators attached to the chart here, and now you want to see how the turns of the indicator match to price turns on the chart. Normally you will have to script or code something to see it on the chart. There will be a new function in the When to Trade platform. It's called map series turns, which will allow you to do this just with a mouse click here. So when you open this window here, it will allow you to select the source chart first, which means that we will use this euro or US dollar chart, the source series, which we want to map to the price chart here. So you can select of all series which are active on the chart. I will use these individual indicator, which you see here on the lower screen. So I will select these as source series here, and then we'll define on which destination chart I want to see mapping these turns. So in this example, we'll use the same chart here. I want to see the lines and just press map turns. And what you see now is clearly that the turns of these indicators are now mapped directly to the price chart here. So it will make it much easier to see how valid your indicator is in regards to price performance here. So you don't have to code anything, or you don't have to script anything. The turns are directly seen on the price chart here. So I would make things easier just from a visual perspective here. This is one thing you can do with this new function, map indicator turns to chart. But however, there's a little bit more, especially when you're dealing with cycles. You will analyze different source charts than your trading chart. So you know about the example when dealing with for this example, the S&P 500 here on a daily basis, we will use sentiment sources like the VIX index, the volatility index, to analyze cycles, which will be then relevant for trading on the S&P chart here. So what you normally do in this case here, so we will use the volatility index as a fear index to analyze cycles. I will just do the standard setting here. We'll use the dynamic cycle explorer, use the standard setting, attach it to a major low in the past. So this is what the dynamic cycle explorer is detecting. What's now interesting for you during research, that if this detected cycle on the volatility index correlates to price turns on the S&P chart. So before you had to manually check which date was this high here and then put it on the price chart to see if this cycle is a valid cycle, which was measured in the volatility index, also in the price chart of the S&P 500 index. And for this situation, you can use the map series turns function now. In this case, a source chart, we will define the volatility index chart, and then we can select the source series, and you see that now we have the availability, the dominant cycle, dynamic cycle explorer 1, which is named here, labeled DCE1. So we will use this as source series, and in this example we will map this to another destination chart. So as you know, the analysis was done on the VIX chart, but plotting of the turns we want to see on the S&P chart. As you will be aware of volatility or sentiment index, we will use an inverse mapping. So top turns will be marked as buy signals, and we want to see the lines. And you just press map turns, and what you see now is that the turns of this cycle are now mapped to the price chart here. So you don't have to draw this by hand. You see this top here is this low here, and this low here is this top here on the price chart. So this will make things much handier if you start to analyze cycle series from other source definitions and want to check on other charts how the turns would work out. So this is makes things much more easier when analyzing cycles. So thanks for listening, and I hope you know how to use this functionality.